Hi everyone! As of now, if you've been vaccinated, you're probably allowed in Spain. Which begs the question, should you come?
Because we've heard from a few people who are like, well, should I even bother to come? Like, are museums open? Are tapas bars open? Is it worth it? Or should I just go to Hawaii for summer?
It's obviously up to you, but in this video, we're gonna show you how things are right now in Spain so you can make an informed decision.
So obviously, given the vagaries of YouTube and video production, we shot this video about 15 days before we released it. So if there's any updates, we'll make sure to include them or put them in the information below. All right, Yoly, should we get a drink? Quiero decir, shall I get a drink while you get a non-alcoholic beverage? Let's do it. Venga, let's go. So one of the most common questions we keep getting is, are bars and restaurants open? Well, as you can see, yes, they are. There are a few restrictions. You know, tables are a little bit more separated. You can only have a certain number of people at a table, but pretty much throughout the country, if they didn't close down, they're up and running. And really, the good places haven't closed down in a lot of places because they've managed to survive. One thing, you can't currently stand at the bar, but as you can see, they just put tables by the bar, so you can sit at the bar, right?
And comfortably too.
Salud. And in some places they are closing a little bit earlier, not that much earlier, it's still Spain after all. I'll put a link to the Spanish Tourism Travel Safe website below where you can see the different restrictions that are in each part of Spain. It's been a while, I had to have a vermouth and a beer. So you'll find that a lot of places inside are a little bit quiet, or you have to reserve. But let's go to a terrace because terraces are the place to be right now, and Yoly will tell you a little more.
The life.
So Yoly, before we talk about terraces, you have a lot of expertise in non-alcoholic drinks, and we're getting a lot of questions about non-alcoholic drinks. So
Let me tell you all about it.
I'll give you the guru.
So we get a lot of questions about how to do non-alcoholic beverages in Spain. And as a pregnant lady, I can recommend 3 of my favorite, which are zumo de tomate preparado. So that's tomato juice prepared with salt, pepper, and a little bit of Tabasco if you're feeling that frisky. Then mosto. Mosto is great. It's grape juice. So like a wine, but without the fermentation, of course. And then my favorite, because I like beer, non-alcoholic beer. So cero.
How do I order that?
So you're going to say, dame una tostada 00.
Ole.
You get that?
Ole, I got it. I don't want to order it, but I got it.
And so if you feel safer sitting outside, you can come and enjoy one of these terrazas. In fact, there are many more than ever. I mean, there's always been a great load of terrazas in Spain. Now there's even more.
So you might be wondering, with more limited tables indoors in restaurants and bars and terraces really in demand, do you need to reserve now in Spain? Now, you know, normally in Spain you can kind of just stumble into a tapas bar, and as busy as it is, there's always room for more. So right now, for the moment, you have to be a little bit more careful and maybe think ahead in terms of reservations. I've spoken to my spies in Seville, Barcelona, San Sebastian, and they've told me that, yeah, places are getting busy, so if it looks like it's going to be popular, think about a reservation, walk past first and just say, hey, give us a table for 2 at 3 p.m. But one flip side to this is that if you're looking to have like a Michelin star meal, I was speaking to our guide, our Devour guide, Claudia in San Sebastian. There goes the church bell. And she said that actually this is the perfect time to reserve a Michelin restaurant because there's less demand, there's less tourists. And so normally when you would have to wait months for a reservation, now you can get in like that. So something to think about. And yeah, it's true, things are a little bit quieter, but it's kind of nice in a way. It's almost like hanging out in the historic center of, say, Madrid or Barcelona. And it's as if you were just here before tourism in a way, when you could just sit in a terrace and it was a little bit quiet, you could hear the birds. It really is a lovely time to be here. And you might be wondering, have a whole bunch of places closed? Well, you know, we've been looking at updating our Madrid city guide, which linked below. You know, we wrote about a year ago, and the places in there haven't closed because good places kind of survived in a way. Yeah, a lot of places have closed or some, but I feel like the good places that had a good strong clientele and a good offer of food have withstood the pandemic. So from what I've seen, they're still open, which is great news.
And you may be wondering, is there a curfew? No curfews anymore. So if your thing is to walk around the little alleyways of Spain, if that's your thing in the middle of the night, I say go for it. One of the great things about coming to Spain is being able to enjoy a great flamenco show. So flamenco is back little by little. Las Carboneras reopened a couple of weeks ago. Corral de la Morería, Cardamomo, there's a few places opening.
And they're opening in Seville as well, I've heard.
Opening in Seville, so make sure you book your tickets because flamenco, man, it's fun!
You might also be wondering, if you come to Spain, can you move between regions? I've gotten that question on my Instagram. Yes, you can. So if you fly into Madrid, you could get the AVE to Barcelona or Seville. You could rent a car in Seville and drive to Cádiz. You could then, I don't know, walk to Galicia, do whatever you like, but you can move around the country freely, and that includes the islands. Salud.
So how about museums, you may wonder? Yes, they're also open. Maybe check out some of the smaller ones, like this one, the History of Madrid Museum. We'll link to it below. That's the door. Right, so we got confused for a moment there. This is the wrong door, so don't come knocking at the wrong door. You need to go to the correct door.
Do you mean for this museum or general museum?
General museums and general doors in life, really.
Museums are open, so if you come to a door that's closed and it says it's open, you're at the wrong door. It's not that it's closed.
Move about and see if you can find a door that is open.
So you also might be wondering about hotels. Are hotels open and operating? Well, I was looking around Madrid on booking.com, and actually, yeah, they're open and there are discounts right now to come in summer. I saw one place that was giving a 25% discount off bookings, you know, for the immediate, well, short-term future, mid-term future. And they're just gonna keep opening if people come. So I wouldn't worry about accommodation at all. All right, Yoly, should we go to the market?
Yeah.
And so if you still can't handle all the crowds when you're here in Spain, if the bars just seem too busy, remember, just go to the market and buy the delicious ham, cheese, wine, and have a picnic. Jesus might have been automated. He's turned into a self-service shop.
No, that's horrible.
¿Qué tal? Oye, macho. Me está grabando, pero bueno.
Me parece estupendo.
¿Qué tal?
Hola.
Una pandemia.
Os veo perfectos, os veo perfectos.
Jesús,
Pues mira,
a mí un poco más perfecta, ¿no?
Algo bueno tenía que tener la pandemia. Prueba eso. Prueba eso. A ver.
We're back, baby.
Very good.
So if you guys don't remember, Jesus is my ham man. I live a little far away now, but he's still my ham man. So if you don't want to do the whole tapas bar thing, or even if you do, the way to eat great jamon is to come to a market. The markets are thriving, they're busy. They kind of never haven't been during this whole thing because people have been cooking at home. So come and kneel at the altar of jamon.
Bueno, chicos, encantado de saludaros y de veros. Chao. Hasta luego. Hasta luego. Adiós.
And if you really want to get out of the center and, I don't know, have a super authentic experience, then head to the neighborhoods, like our neighborhood, Pueblo Nuevo. So we've made videos in a couple of different neighborhoods, tapas crawl videos. We'll link to them below so you can check them out. Nothing more local in a neighborhood, right, Yoly?
Oh yeah, love it.
Yoly loves it. First tinto de verano of the season, not sangria. That's not what we drink in the barrios.
No.
So what I love about places like this, these neighborhood places, is like, you know, you can really see the rhythms of a Spanish bar, of how a true local tapas bar works when you go into the neighborhoods. You can see, you know, how people hang out in them, and it's different a little bit from some parts in the center where it might be more tourists. You know, this is purely 100% local, and it also means that your tourist euro is getting spread into other parts of the city and not just the center, which is super cool. And the thing also with the neighborhoods is there's different types of neighborhoods. There's more traditional neighborhoods like where we live in Pueblo Nuevo, Quintana. There's also trendier neighborhoods, and that will change the kind of bars and the kind of food scene that there is in those places. There are also kind of classic, kind of posh neighborhoods where you can go and get posh tapas, I guess. So hit the neighborhoods.
And one of the beauties of the neighborhood bars is the free tapa that you get, or a more generous free tapa.
Eso es.
Wow.
Jarretnos are pregnancy friendly, right?
Yeah.
They're cooked. It's also a great time for horchata, right, Yoly?
Yes. First non-alcoholic beverage for you in the day.
Of the day. I did have
today.
coffee. Yoly, I have one question, a
Yeah.
big one. Are we doing besos? Like, are Spaniards doing besos?
We're always doing besos.
Oh, really?
They will be back.
Besos
We're
will
not.
return.
We're not doing so many now.
Besos will be back. Guys, I really think this is kind of an interesting time to come to Spain. Obviously, it's open. You can come in your vaccinated numbers. And it's also a time when you really can experience some authenticity, I feel like, right?
Yeah. It's a great time to come, I feel like. You know, it's like Madrid is like Valladolid right now.
Madrid is Valladolid. So we'll be back with more food tours. I know we've been a little quiet recently. More food tour, tapas tour videos, baby strapped on, coming up, you know, in the coming months, years, whatever. In the meantime, if you want to check out some awesome tapas bars, check out the playlist that's appearing around here somewhere full of awesome tapas bar videos. Horchata for everyone.
Ole.
Salud.
Salud.
See you in Spain. Ciao.
Ole. Wow, you're gonna feel sick.